તાજા સમાચાર તમારી ભાષામાં મેળવવા માટે ડાઉનલોડ કરો ગુજરાતી મિડડેની એપ.
All these kind of irrelevant things this guy is asking. Where is Ranbir Kapoor?
He is doing interviews though. I sense that
there is no PR, there is no manager, there is nobody around him. I would cross a restaurant and I would see Ranbir eating his meal alone.
And I've seen this in other people also, like Ranbir Kapoor. Interesting stories about my friend saying, I have to meet Ranbir Kapoor. And I'll ask him, I won't bore him, I'll just ask him this one question. And then, after 2 hours of talking to Ranbir Kapoor, he comes back and says, यार ये क्या आदमी है यार, इसने तो मेरे से सुबह में कितने बजे उठता हूँ, खाता क्या हूँ, do I travel by bus or train to office? All these kind of irrelevant things this guy is asking. Where is Ranbir Kapoor? The point is, he's that interested in people.
he is doing interviews though. I sense that whenever I'm like, when I see him on screen, like maybe he doesn't want to do this.
No, he doesn't
force him to do this.
No, he doesn't want to do it. But for him, he has to crack in his head this thing that, can I look at this like a conversation, like I'm talking to you, rather than anything else, rather than publicity. You know, most actors think that this is publicity.
Ranbir is that guy who will study so hard, but come across to school and feel like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, like it was an easy breezy day. But he will do, because
He's that kid who studies really hard and pretends, and
he doesn't even pretend actually. He doesn't pretend because he can't pretend. He's true to what he is. But he is the most relaxed person. He's the most patient human being I know. You can keep him waiting for 14 hours on a set and he won't say a thing. He does one film at a time and he handles his own dates. There is no PR, there is no manager, there is nobody around him. He's on his own. You ask him for dates, he opens a phone, he has all his own dates, he knows exactly which brands he's doing, he knows his schedule, he knows his days off, he knows his holidays, and he feeds off the filmmaker. He just wants to hang out with the filmmaker, get into the filmmaker's mind and then deliver. When I directed him, we had a thing in Edil. He would say, give me a word for this scene, and I would give him that word and that's what he would try to get. So we played that game. He's perhaps played different games with different filmmakers. With me, we had a word game. I said embarrassed. I said jealous. I would say angry, aggressive angry. I would say subservient. I would say words like this and he would totally get, because Ayan in Edil, as in the character, was kind of needy of love and also kind of like, you know, needed many things that weren't being given to him, you know, including love. Ranbir, on the other hand, is out there working.
He wants to see the world. He wants to get it from the world, not the director so much.
Ranbir is very like director, and like if he has a great director, that film will be like great. And Ranbir Kapoor has a beautiful sense of detachment. And you know, all spiritual schools of thought teach you that detachment doesn't mean unemotional. It means you detach after a point, and he can do that as well.
He's stoic.
Yeah, he can go out of the film, like many a day on Edil when I used to walk invariably to a shop, but I'm just kind of, you know, intellectualizing it and saying I went for a walk. I was actually going to a departmental store, but like I was going to Selfridges or something in London. And I would cross a restaurant and I would see Ranbir eating his meal alone. And I walked it a couple of times and said, why are you eating alone? He said, I wanted to come, eat my meal, go back to sleep. He does that. He doesn't need your company. He doesn't bother you. He wants to hang out, you call him, he'll come, have a drink, perhaps not. Just do his thing. In any production, think that he's like a god, like who has descended on their set. Because he's just there anytime you need him. There is just silence.
સબસ્ક્રાઇબ કરો ગુજરાતી મિડડે. બેલ આઇકોન પર ક્લિક કરીને મેળવો તમામ વિડીયોના ડાયરેક્ટ નોટિફિકેશન.